we dive into my coin collection to find out if this 1984 Jefferson nickel is actually rare. The 1980 for Jefferson nickel is a coin that often flies under the radar in the world of coin collecting, but it's a fascinating piece that deserves some attention, especially when it comes to its potential rarity and value. Many of us have been in this situation before. We stumble upon a coin that looks interesting, but we're not entirely sure if it's rare or valuable. Identifying rare coins can be a challenge, even for experienced collectors. There are so many factors to consider, from mintage figures to condition and provenance. When it comes to the 1980 for Jefferson nickel, the first question we need to ask is, what makes it potentially rare and valuable? One key factor to consider is the mintage figures for that year. If we look at the numbers, we can see that over 300 million Jefferson nickels were produced in 1984, which at first glance might not seem particularly rare. However, when we delve deeper into the production process, we find that some coins may have been minted with errors or variations that can affect their rarity and value. So what might these errors or variations look like? For example, some collectors might be on the lookout for coins with misaligned, -1 or incorrect mint marks. These kinds of errors can make a coin stand out and increase its value. But are these errors common enough to make the 1984 Jefferson nickel truly rare? Let's take a closer look at the details of the 1980 for Jefferson nickel. With a mintage of over 300 million, we can expect to find many of these coins in circulation. However, some coins may have been preserved in better condition than others, which can affect their value. For instance, coins that have been graded and certified by reputable organizations like the PCGS or NGC may be more valuable due to their condition and provenance. One interesting thing about the 1984 Jefferson nickel is the presence of various mint marks. Coins minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco can be found with different mint marks, which can affect their value. Some collectors might be on the lookout for coins with specific mint marks or errors, which can make them more rare and valuable. When it comes to varieties, some collectors might be interested in finding coins with specific design elements, such as a particular type of rim or a specific alignment of the dies. These kinds of variations can make a coin more rare and valuable, especially if it's in good condition. But here's the most surprising fact about the 1984 Jefferson nickel. Despite its relatively high mintage figures, some coins in good condition can still fetch a pretty penny at auction. In fact, I've seen some examples sell for thousands of dollars online. That's right, thousands of dollars. This just goes to show that even seemingly common coins can hold hidden value, especially if they're in good condition or have specific errors or variations. So what have we learned about the 1980 for Jefferson nickel? We've seen that it's not just about the mintage figures. It's about the condition, provenance, and specific variations that can make a coin truly rare and valuable. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always exciting to discover hidden gems like this in your collection. The error coins list is one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting, and 1980 for nickels in it are no exception. Collectors actively seek out mistakes made during the minting process, as they can significantly make the 1980 for nickel value higher. Here are some notable errors and their impact on the 1984 nickel worth. The doubling of design elements is a favorite among collectors. The 1980 for P nickel double die value depends on the severity and location of the doubling, but it can increase the coin's worth very much. These occur when foreign material is struck into the coin during minting. A 1980 for P nickel with such an error may not look perfect but can fetch a premium. Coins that were not properly aligned during the strike are also highly wanted. And a 1980 for P nickel error list with pictures can help you identify these valuable mistakes. Similar to the Philadelphia version, the 1980 for D nickel double die is a popular variety. These errors can be subtle but are highly valued by serious collectors. On the 1980 for DDDR nickel, you might notice doubling on the reverse side. These are considered rare and valuable. coins with strike-throughs off-centers, and other anomalies also exist in the 1980 for D nickel error list. These variations can increase the value of the coin, but it depends on their rarity. The value of a standard 1980 for nickel P in circulated condition is typically just face value 5 cents. However, error coins, such as those listed in the 1980 for nickel error list, can cost between $10 and $50 or even more. The total 1980 for P nickel worth depends on the error type and coin grade. Some 1980 for nickels were produced without a mint mark, and while these are generally not considered errors, they can be more desirable to some collectors. A 1980 for nickel no mint mark value typically hovers around face value unless it's in uncirculated condition. Don't forget about our neighbors to the north. The 1980 for Canadian nickel also has its charm. Made of 99.9% nickel, it differs in composition from its American counterpart. The 1980 for Canadian nickel value is modest, usually just a few cents, but it holds interest for collectors of foreign coins, particularly in higher grades or with errors. Some collectors may come across the term 1980 for copper nickel and think it refers to a rare or special coin. In fact, the term refers to the standard copper nickel alloy used to mint nickels in the US since 1866. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of coin collecting. If you've had any experiences with the 1984 Jefferson Nickel or other rare coins, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below.